This is our PLC trainer. You can see on the screen, this is the PLC we have of the company Delta. It's written DVP14SS. Now this 14SS means it contains total number of 14 terminals. 8 are the inputs and 6 are the outputs. And these inputs and outputs are internally connected to these output indicators, and these are the inputs. And then we have an emergency switch which can be pushed in case of some emergency situations. And then we have an on-off buttons to turn on and off the PLC. Now if you closely see, you will see a green light over here. Let me get a closer. Right now you can see this green light that shows PLC is powered up. I can stop the PLC from here. So this toggle button is used to turn on and off the PLC in this trainer. Next is our emergency switch. In case of any emergency situation, I can press this button and that will turn off the PLC. So let's see. If I press this button, you can see that power is off. And that can be turned on again if I release this button. So we are using this on-off button to turn on the PLC in emergency in case of any emergency situations. Now these are the wires and you can see the terminals. If I remove this, you can see we have 8 terminals starting from X0, X1, X2, X3 up to X7. Similarly, and this is the connector which we can use to connect this input buttons right over here. Now as you have studied that automation diagram in which we have a common, but here we have S by S, sync source. So this is just a different term we are using here, but generally it's a common port of all these inputs, SS. Now this black wire indicates we have given 0 volt to the sync source, and this red wire indicates we are getting 24 volt outputs from all these buttons to this PLC. So let me connect it again. Now similarly we have some outputs, and in outputs you can see different terminals like CO stands for common, then we have YO, that is the first output, then again C1, second common, second output, third common, and then 4 outputs. So these 4 outputs have the single common that is C2. So similarly this Y0 has individual common of C0 and Y1 has individual common of C1. So these are the input output terminals of this PLC. And this is the RS-232 cable we are using to connect this to our computer to transfer the program to this PLC. And right here you can see these are the output output indicators. We have 3 green indicators and 3 red indicators that are connected to the PLC output control terminals. And then we have these toggle switches that can be turned on right here. And this is the 2 position switch. In between it is not giving any signal, and if I go here, it will turn on the input X0. You can see here, like you can see, it is giving X0 input, and at this side it is giving X1. Similarly, a second toggle is giving X2 and X3, and these are another 2 push button, X4, X5, X6 and X7. So from X0, X1, X2, X3, X4, X5, X6 and X7. So we have 8 number of inputs and we have total number of 6 outputs. So this is the brief about our PLC trainer. This PLC trainer is powered by 24 volt internal DC supply, which you can see this wire is connected to 24 volt supply because this PLC requires 24 VDC to operate. So this was the brief about our trainer. Let's see what is inside the software that is used to connect this trainer to the computer.
Now next is we have to install the software. So in case if you are not having the software of this Delta PLC, I'll let you know from where you can download that. You can go to our website www.nfiautomation.org. This is our personal website, our official website. Then you have to drag to downloads, and in that you can go to automation help files. Then you'll be diverted to this page. It is the free automation help files which we are providing to the students and the other working engineers. So just go to this free PLC software Delta and Bentley, go to this link, visit. Then after that you'll be diverted to another website, that is freeplcsoftware.com. then you have to locate the PLC. We are working on Delta, so we may find it right here, the Delta Electronic Software. Just click on that, and this is the official Delta website. Now on this website you will find the software over here, WPLSoft v2.30. It is the latest version, and it can be run on 98 ME NT 2000 XP Vista or Windows 7 63.5 MB software. You can download that by just clicking this. You can see the download has been started. So once you have downloaded that, just install that in your system, and then let's continue with PLC programming. Okay, so I assume you have downloaded that and installed that software. So after installing that, you will find this icon, WPLSoft 2.20. So let's open it. Now this is how our software looks. So initially, this is your ladder logic programming window in which you will be making the programming. So let's see what's the first step. The first step is you have to go to File, then New. Then what you have to do is you have to give program title in case if you want to give. So I'll write program 1, and then you have to select your PLC model. It says select a PLC model. So I know my PLC is DVP14SS, so this is the SS series. I'll select SS and communication setting. This means how my computer is connected to PLC, what are the communication parameters. So for that I'll go to settings, and if I know the parameters that are mostly listed in the manuals, if I don't know that, I'll go for auto detect. This will automatically detect my PLC. So it says the result is PLC SS, protocols are this, PLC COM mode, and mode is SCAI. So in case you don't know the parameters, you just go to auto detect. It will detect the PLC automatically. Otherwise you'll put the parameters and then you have to click OK. So my file name is, you can give any name, so let's go OK. So now you have two windows in front of you. One is the ladder diagram mode, another is instruction list mode. Now these are the two different ways of programming a PLC. Either I can design a ladder diagram or I can write the instruction list. So most oftenly we used to work on ladder diagram. So let's see that. Now next is we'll see how to monitor the states of PLC. I know my PLC has been connected. Next, how can we monitor the states? So for that I have to go to here, edit monitor devices. So by clicking this button, I'll find a window. It says device name, comment status. So if I want to know the status of X0, I'll enter X0, enter. Now currently my X0 is off, so that's why its status is off. If I turn on my X0 from the trainer, it will show you the red light. Now that the same red light you can see on the PLC trainer itself. That shows my PLC X0 is on. That software can also monitor the devices. So if I turn it off, it will show off. Similarly, if I want to monitor X1, I'll enter X1. Now if I turn on X1, it will show here. So this is how we can monitor the states of inputs in the software itself. Now if you want to monitor the states of output, you can also monitor that by writing Y0, Y1. So currently my outputs are off, so it is showing off. I can also turn on the outputs. I can forcefully turn on the output. For that I can turn on the inputs and outputs from the software itself. So for that I have to click here. It is the forced input, okay. Then right click, set on. Now in this case I can turn on the outputs like this. Now these outputs can be shown in the trainer. So you can see that in my trainer as well, these outputs are on. If I want to turn it off, I'll click right click that and set off. It will turn off the outputs. Similarly here, it will turn off. Now if I want another output, let's say Y5, I can turn it on like this. So this you can see in the trainer itself. So that's how I can monitor and control the outputs using this software. So let's disable it for the moment. Now these are the different modes. Right now I'm in the edit device mode. I have to go back to the ladder diagram mode. For that I'll click this ladder diagram. Now I'm back to the stage where I have to design a program. Next is we have device command list. Now this is the list on which I can write comments for the different inputs and output devices, so that I don't have to write again and again, or I don't have to remember the comment, remember to which our x0 or x1 is connected. So I can write, let's say if my x0 is used to start a machine, I'll write start, and my x1 is used to stop the machine, so I'll write stop here. So wherever x0 or x1 I'm using in a program, it will show start stop in top of that. So for example, if I write a code, if I want to take LD x0 here, I'll go to F1 x0. You can see the comment is already there, and that shows start. So this comment can be edited in this list, edit demand edit device command list. You can write the different commands for the different inputs. So let's get back to ladder mode. So this was my ladder, and then next the thing to understand is how to download a program. So let's write a demo program. Let's say that's LDX0, and I want an output to be actuated out Y0. I want my output Y0 to be turned on by pressing X0. So for that I have written the program. Now my next step is to compile that, because in case if there is any error in this program, that needs to be rectified. So let's see, after compiling, now that if there is any program, it will indicate that. If there is any error, it will indicate that, otherwise it will be compiled successfully. So for compiling, I have to click this code. Now my compiling is complete and without any error, it means my program is correct. Now next step is to download this program into the PLC. To go for that, or to do that, you have to click this button, write to PLC. So when I click this, it will ask you the way of communication, from PC to PLC or from PLC to PC, but we want from PC to PLC, we go to this, PC to PLC. Next you have to click OK. Now my program has been transferred because it has shown it's very faster way of communication. Next we go to the online mode to see if I press X0 from the panel whether I can see here or not. So for that we have to go here, online mode. Now you will see the condition run. This run indicate PLC has started running. It has started scanning the number of inputs and outputs. It has started solving the ladder logic. So if I want to stop the PLC, I can do it from here. Stop. Now this will stop the operation. It will not. Now the PLC will not calculate or or any scan cycle. It will not run the scan cycle. It will not check the status. It will only check when it is on the run mode. So after going to the run mode, I'll press X0 and I'll see my output is on. That output I can see by the screen light here. So this is the indication how we can get the indication from PLC into the software. That indication I won't get if I go to offline mode. Now my X0 is on in my trainer, but it is not shown here because I'm in the offline mode. To go back to the online mode, I have to go here like this. So these are the steps very quickly. First you have to select the PLC, next you have to write the code, you have to write the commands, then you have to compile the program, then you have to download the program, and then you have to run the program. Or you can stop it or you can run it again. So this is how you have to use the software, and this is how you have to communicate the software with the PLC trainer, so that you can fetch the input status and you can control the outputs. So in subsequent videos we'll see how to make a program, how to write the codes, and what are the different methods of writing a program. So that's for now. This video was just to demonstrate you, just to introduce you to the PLC software. I hope this method is clear. Next is, if I want to save this program, I have to go to File, Save, and let's save it on the desktop by the name Program 1. Now this program will be saved on my desktop by the extension .dvp. So next time if I have to open the program, I'll go here. This is my program 1. I'll open it up and it will open just the way I have saved. So this is my program. So that's how you can even save and make a log of your programs in your computer. Thank you.